Good morning, Lucille. Good morning. Woo! Morning, everybody. Chad. Doss Farms. Look at the chickens zooming. The chickens are zooming. Dude, why do you have to do that right here? Franklin! What's up, buddy? You need some fly spray. Dude, please stop. Please. Excuse me, sir. Oh my goodness. Shh. Back up. All right. You guys are in trouble now. Now y'all got to back up a little bit. Back up. Phineas, CJ. Back up a little bit. Franklin. Carry this with me so y'all back up. What's up, Mama? Lily. Rosie. What do you think, young lady? What do you think? It's not food. It's not food, sorry. Badonk. Oh my goodness. You're gonna break it. Bruce, that's why we can't have nice things, friend. What's up, dog? What do you say, dog? What a beautiful morning. Absolutely beautiful. Hope you guys are doing well. If you're new here, welcome and howdy. If you're old here, welcome and howdy. I'm gonna see if I can get near Tipsy with the fly spray. One more time. She's covered pretty bad. Stinker. Bunny, you're such a good cow. Patrick, go rub up on your mom. She needs some fly spray. Everybody else is good. There we go. You need some, dog? I didn't think so. Man, has anybody found a reliable pump? I mean, this thing, look, it's leaking like crazy. It's currently leaking air as well. It's like my fourth pump, man. I mean, it's just dripping. It's not even... What in the world? That's a shame. They don't make pump sprayers like they used to. Or something like that. All right. Remind me to wash these clothes. Woo! Oh. Nah, we'll talk about those here in a second. Let's go see what the chickens brought us. Still loving this coop, by the way. And somebody asked us, hang on, let me show you. Somebody asked us when we were going to use this run. Not really planning to. We're taking a trip end of the month, first of the month, something like that. And we'll have a farm sitter. Case will be here, of course, with the farm sitter. You probably meet him at some point. We'll introduce you. You can see where it's kind of bowed out right here. Whoop. So I don't want to leave the door open inside the run, because if a raccoon, which they could, would pull that door open, then it's not predator proof. So anyway, we're waiting on that. Anytime you use treated lumber and it's not fully dried, it's gonna bow like that. So we're just waiting on it to dry out, and then we'll use that run when it straightens back out. I guess I could, and I could put a screw in it. Oh, they know what time it is. Ready? Ginger, you eat eggs? I don't think so. I could put a screw in it and kind of lock it down. Remember the goats? I was feeding the goats the leftover feed. They remember. Our relevance to us leaving, though, with the farm sitter being here is I don't want to, hands are covered in feathers, hang on. We don't want any, Ray's gonna get some special chicks, some new ones that we haven't had before. And we'll raise them inside of like a brooder first, and then we'll have them in that run. But then, Ginger, uh-oh. Better look out there, Cabela. Donkey roll. Get it, buddy. Get it. Get it. Huh. Too funny. Man, look at it. Just look at it. Yeah, we don't want to get any baby chicks and put like more responsibility on our farm sitter. Not that he or she can't help it, but there's just no point. We'll wait till we get back. We can keep them inside the she shed for a little bit, or a brooder. And then when they get a little bit bigger, closer to laying, we can bring them down here and put them in the run. And if necessary, I'll put a screw in that board and make it straighter, if you will. Or I could just screw the door shut. I mean, it's not like we even need in there, but we'll see. I could also put some kind of lever thing on it so it stays shut. I could put a latch at the bottom. That might be the best thing. What do you think, man? What do you think? Uh-huh. Hey, dog. Woo! Man, just taking it all in this morning. My goodness. We've got a storm brewing off that way, but that's all right. We need the rain. We're supposed to get a lot of it this week. Should be good stuff. Oh, a couple things. Case has a video that came out last night. I'll link it in the top description, top comment. You know how it goes. Ray has a video coming out either before this one, so it already came out, or after this one. So it'll also be linked in the top comment. And then, remember, I have a channel called Chad Does Stuff, like Case has Case Does Stuff. I've got a channel called Chad Does Stuff where I just do stuff. I mean, one day I filmed a septic system. The other day I filmed yesterday was tires, for example, because as you guys know, short version, a couple videos ago, we took you over to Pro Tire here in town, my buddies, Tony and Dusty, and we got some Cooper tires for my truck, and they were just too stout. One of you guys who's already seen the video, and again, I'll link it in the top description, you were like, man, those Coopers, I love them on my heavy duty trucks, but that truck is not heavy enough for those Coopers. So Tony and Dusty gave me 45 days to try it out. I didn't like them, we swapped them. So we swapped them yesterday for the brand new, yet to be released. I mean, they're not even open to the, you can order them, but you're gonna wait a while. But they sought these out for me, okay? These are brand new. That's kind of why it's a big deal. These are BF Goodrich KO3s. They are the newest of new. I'm pretty excited. This is like home to me. I've always ran BF Goodrich, and I'm not like a fanboy. I mean, those Cooper tires that were on it are fantastic tires. But how do I describe it? I was trying to tell Grandma this morning, my mom, those Cooper tires were like walking on a hard-soled shoe, because this truck is not heavy enough for how durable that tire tread was. So we just felt every single bump. I mean, it's like the Princess and the Pea. This bed's too hard, this bed's too soft. You got to find that right medium with your truck. And while those are good tires, they were a little bit too much for this truck. But these BF Goodriches, man, I've probably had 3 or 4 sets on trucks. And I remember specifically one of my Tahoes, man, I think I almost put 60,000 miles on those tires, the KO2. These are the KO3s. But anyway, that's enough tire talk. If you want to see the video, because remember, Chad does stuff, you're not going to see very many animals. Now, I filmed a little bit yesterday, and of course, every time I take the camera out, Bruce starts yakking. So you do see Bruce in the video, but it's mostly about tires. So if you don't care about tires, you don't have to go watch. It's okay. There's no adorable Adler, Carter, or Case in it. The beautiful Miss Ray wasn't in it. She was hanging out with her mom. It's just me at a tire shop, doing what I do. Cabela, you think you could eat hay out of this? I bet you could. I bet you could. So I showed this in the last video and I didn't really do it justice. This is the Guardian from ArrowQuip, and some of you guys had questions about it, but long story short, the hay bale, you drop it in from the top and it suspends. It hangs there, okay? And as the hay falls, the cows can still eat it. Versus your traditional feeder, can I zoom that far? That round bale right there, that red one. Whoa, look at Lily. Trust me, if she was gonna hurt her, Tina would stop it. She just playing. Yeah, your traditional round bale feeder, you put the bale in, it sits on the ground essentially. The feeder just keeps the cows from walking around and trampling on it. But as it falls down in that traditional feeder, it gets packed down in there. Any moisture really sets up, because a lot of you guys ask us if we're going to cover our hay or if we have a hay barn. You don't have to do that, okay? The hay inside that netting, just inside it, kind of develops a crust for the hay that's good and tasty and edible all winter long. And we truly, and I'm not saying every single year this is the case, but in our area, we don't get enough rain or precipitation in the winter to need to store it and whatnot. Now, if you were raising like show steers, you would feed them on like a show steer quality, like a show feed anyway. Ours have access to hay 24/7 during the winter, as well as we run Monty mix from a local store up at TNT. You guys have been up there with me. And it, she's a reflection. It serves them just fine. That was you in that bumper. Did you notice? That's you. Is that who you're talking to? Huh? She's so pretty. Her coat is as shiny as it looks. And man, is Ginger not her mom? Tell me she's not her mom. Oh my goodness, they look so much alike. And even Dottie here, somehow she came out like this. Pretty cool. Her daddy probably looked like Bruce, just a different color. Hey, Dottie, let me ask you a question. If the people send us some animal crackers, would you eat out of my hand and get a little more lovey-dovey? Would you? I know you would. You're kind of like your mom. You're friendly when there's food, so I may just get some food for you. Sound good? I really want to get that tag out of your ear too. That's why I want to friend you. Yep. Sure do. You guys get as friendly. Oreo, let me check you here. Hang on. We don't need any hair gel. Nope, I think we're good. We won't be in a minute. But yeah, and boy, if she's not pregnant, she eats. She eats well. Oh, baby Pack-a-Pee. Caught her in the act. If you guys want, send us some animal crackers. We'll work on buddying up to the goats a little bit. But anyway, traditional feeder, right? The hay falls down, it gets stepped on, it gets moisture in it. It's really worthless when you move that bale feeder. This, they can still eat the hay that falls down in there because they can't get in it. That's the other thing is, you guys remember Fred used to climb inside my traditional feeder, our bull. He used to climb inside it. It was pretty funny. And so did my steers. Before they got too big, they would climb inside the feeder. This, they can't do that. They can't put their front feet in it, which has poop on it. You know, it's just, it saves hay. Just straight up saves hay, man. I don't know what to tell you. On average, I went from a bale lasting 3 or 4 days to 5 or 6 days. Now that was last year when I only had 4 head. This year will be a little bit different, but that's why we bought twice as much hay. But yeah, huge shout out to Tony and Dusty, man. What a blessing having a local tire shop. And they do other stuff too. They're a full service shop. Tires just kind of be their, you know, go-to, if you will. But people pull in all the time and just need battery, wipers. They've even got a service truck. So if you were to break down, they can dispatch somebody to come help you. And especially if something breaks that they've done, you know, which is very rare, but everything happens. I'm not foreshadowing. I haven't seen anything, but I will say this. We have roadside with our insurance company. And when that back tire blew about a month ago, I changed it, and it took me about, I think I looked, it was actually like 57 minutes on the side of the highway, everybody doing 75, 80 miles an hour down beside me. 57 minutes later, insurance still hadn't dispatched anybody or found somebody to come help us. So that was a good time. I had to get in here a little bit with the storm coming. The wind is picking up, and it's that wind that's like real gusty, kind of beats you up. So, man, a couple questions you guys have had, and we may do it in the podcast. Remember, we have a podcast channel. We haven't filmed one yet. When we were getting ready to, Ray took ill. I mean, like ill. Like for like a week, she was very lethargic. Nothing sounded good. So we didn't film that week. These next 2 weeks, her mom is here. So we will do the podcast, I promise. But in the meantime, the purpose for the podcast was to answer some of your guys' questions you're always asking. Like, for example, that huge underground storage tank that we dug up when we had this place dozed. That needs to go. And I'm not so sure my neighbor Ben wants it because it is huge. It's like 8 feet by 18 feet. It's massive. So you got to have the equipment to move it. We offered to have somebody come out and cut it up, and they were going to be able to scrap it. The thing is, though, is you got to have a plasma coater. It is like 1/2 inch thick. I mean, it is massively heavy. My 50 horse tractor can't even roll it. That's how heavy it is. So I was able to pull it once upon a time with a chain in my tractor, but I quickly saw that if that thing took off rolling and it was chained to my tractor, it was going to drag my tractor wherever it wanted. So we abandoned mission on that pretty quick. But anyway, yeah, I think that's most of it. Some of you guys have asked about the house, which is crazy. We've talked about it a lot, but we're just waiting. In case you guys didn't know, interest rates are up. Like, for example, we just went and got 2 new trucks. We leased them because leasing is the way to go. We've been over that. It works for us. It's what we do. Grandma does it. Grandma's a numbers lady, has been for 35 years. Actually, she's always been good at math, but you know what I mean? Grandma leases. So when she told us about the benefits and we talked about her, blah, 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 leasing is the way to go. That's what we did. But if you have top tier credit, because we checked, if you have top tier credit, the going rate at Toyota right now is about 8.5%. I'm talking 720 and above, 8.5%. That's crazy. That's real crazy. That's crazy, crazy. So anyway, we're waiting to build a house, but we did get some good news from a bank about a loan for something. So you'll have to stay tuned. Now it's weeks to come, But if you guys see people commenting in the comments and they're asking about the house, feel free. You guys are really great. I appreciate this about you, and I'll get off my I'll get off my spiel here in a minute. You guys are awesome. I sincerely appreciate you guys in the comments that watch every single video day in and day out, or even if you catch up a day or two later, totally fine. We understand it. The Doss family, between Kyle and Shannon, my mom and dad, Case, Ray, and myself, you're looking at like, what is that? 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. That's a dozen videos a week essentially. And that doesn't even include shorts. So we sincerely appreciate you guys in the comments, because there's no way you can keep up with all of us. Maybe you do. Let me know if you're down in the comments and you're like, I never miss an episode of the whole family. I think that's super cool and we appreciate it. I don't care if you watch it today, tomorrow, next week, whatever. But my point is, back to my original spiel, I sincerely appreciate you guys that answer questions from new people in the comments, because our channels grow like crazy since we're a family and people find us through each other. So people come over and they're like, man, I've been watching Grandpa for 6 months and I must have missed that you have a channel. Or I've been watching Chad for so long, and then here comes Ray and Case. You know, so we sincerely appreciate when somebody like asks about the house and you guys are like, hey, they're waiting right now because interest rates are this, building is this, lumber is this. So we sincerely appreciate it. But the house right now is in God's hands. I'm waiting for God to just open the right door, and then we'll approach whoever we need to approach, like banks and builders and things like that. Hey, how are the TLAs doing? Huh? TLA, tiny little acronym. If you're new here, we call them the MIA sisters because they went missing for a little bit when we first got them, and their names are Maggie, Izzy, and Annie. Woo! And once upon a time, in case somebody says you something, but I don't think you will on my channel because you know how I'll talk to you, but somebody was like, using the acronym MIA is disrespectful to people who are MIA. Listen. No, it's not. Veterans and their families are too tough for that crap. Don't bring it here. TLA, tiny little acronym, MIA, Maggie, Izzy, Annie. TROUBLE. The other day, they were halfway down the road in front of our neighbor's house. It's almost 600 feet from our gate. Maggie, bad sister. Now, they don't get to free range unless we're here. And when we take our trip, the farm sitter, we're gonna set up some actual hog panels and put them on the mouth of that dog kennel area. And that way they won't be able to run off. But anyway, they didn't run off. They just went, like any animal, they just went searching for food. And the gate up front is not welded wire or a cattle panel, so they can hop right through it. The little goats actually used to do it, Ginger and Snap, or I'm sorry, Snap and Dottie. Whew, look at this pond. So here's what's cool. I think Case showed this the other day in his video, and then you guys saw it. But I hooked the pipes together right there. Here. I got the pipes together. So that's 40 feet. Oh, and this is lime flavored carbonated water, and it's pretty stinking good, even though it's called liquid death. But I'm proud to say 1 month ago, and then we'll get back to the pond. 1 month ago, I quit drinking energy drinks. And I've not drank one at all. None. Zero zilch. I've only had pop, soda, if you will, as far as an energy drink. That's my caffeine fix. It took me almost a week and a half to stop having headaches. It was pretty rough, but I did it, and I'm still doing it. And I'm not going back. I can't. But yeah, Case showed this in his video. And from what I hear, I'm supposed to put screws. Here, I'll show you. We'll walk down there. You guys that have done this, because a couple of you have emailed me and you were like city planners in your local area, like a planner for a city, like drainage and stuff like that. There's a big rubber gasket right here. And you smash these together, which I used the end of my tractor bucket, actually my box blade. I backed into it after this had settled and been packed down, and it just popped right in there. And it's off the ground a little bit, but I've got rocks everywhere that it needs for support. But dude, do I need to put some screws in there, or is that that's pretty stinking stout, right? I mean, it don't jiggle. My money don't jiggle. Is that how it goes? Anyway, I buried the old box, and this has been packed down. I did this once before per your guys' recommendations. Like I put dirt up against the pipe, but left the top exposed. I drove over it and I drove over it and I drove over it, and it rained. It's been about a month, and it rained and it dried and it rained and it dried, and I put more down. It rained and it dried and rained and it dried, and I put more down. So now we still need to bring it up a little bit more, but let's see if I can get level here. That notch, and no, I didn't spray paint my name there. Somebody in the comments was watching this one time, and they must have been new, and the guy was like, old buddy really spray paint his name on his concrete box. I replied and I put, yeah, I don't want anybody stealing it. Duh. So anyway, sorry to that guy. That's sarcasm. I don't know what to tell you, but no, when they build these, they sit them in a yard and then they deliver them. Well, the yard may have like 100 projects in it, so they just spray paint names on it so the drivers can see, hey, this is that order, that's where it's going, that kind of thing. Nobody could steal it anyway, though. The thing weighs like 3,000 pounds. But yeah, so that V needs to be lower, or at least level with basically the entire pond. And then it's the max amount of water we can have is right there. That's as full as this pond can get, okay? Which is pretty deep. Trust me, I know that looks high right there, but it's not. It's deep. So we still got a little bit of ways to go, but that box is actually 4 feet tall. That right there, from that corner to that corner is 4 feet. So the water can rise 3 feet, which would be a ton of water. I mean, a ridiculous amount of water. There's almost, I mean, that inlet pond over there where the water comes in from the creek and the hill, that pond right there is like 60 feet, that part. It's probably 60 feet by 80 feet. I mean, that's a whole nother pond over there. There's the crawfish trap Case threw in there and didn't hold the rope. Stinker. But anyway, now we just need water, and we'll watch it, and as it fills up and hardens this and tries to seep through there, this is all red clay. This is the best stuff you can use anywhere. As the water fills this up, before it overflows, we'll bring more dirt from right there and keep filling it up. So, pretty cool. We can walk down in there now though. Tonight, the day you guys are seeing this, Tuesday. Tonight we have rain coming. Thursday we have rain coming. Saturday we have rain coming. So, fingers crossed they're good healthy rains, and hopefully some of my fescue will come back in the back. And I've even got more fescue to plant if we get the right conditions. So I don't want to really throw it out right now because everything is so dry that we need a good rain to soak into the ground before we plant fescue, because I can't keep it from washing away out here. So we need a good rain, and then we need the ground to get wet, and then we can throw some seed, cover it, and have a nice fescue bed of grass heading into winter. I haven't gone into winter rye yet. Haven't got that far. What I really need is like a disker. I think that's what it's called. And I need to disc some of this. And yeah, but we're on the right track. But man, that storm's getting closer. I'm gonna go make sure everything's battened down and make sure all the gates are shut before that storm hits. So hope you guys can hear me. We'll see you in a minute. Where's your baby?
Huh?
Where's Darius?
He's inside the car.
You gonna go get him?
Yeah, let me set this down.
All right, bacon. Shh. What's going on, everybody? Case does stuff. He has a, it's been a few hours. I've been editing, I've been working, I've been making sure nothing's gonna blow away when the storm hits. Then I picked up Case from school. He's got something to show you. He turns this back in before his next video, so you guys have got to see this. When do you turn it back in?
Thursday.
All right. She doesn't want you to have a baby over the weekend?
Yeah.
Well, show us the flower baby.
There he is, Darius. Actually, he's got a pretty nice face too.
Dude, that's not duct tape, it's packing tape. And you got a giant hole in him.
We don't.
Darius is leaking.
Well,
It's for home ec.
He's taking a few tumbles, you know.
You know, some schools they have like
Yeah, I know they have those like
actual mechanical babies and stuff.
By the way, I'm being forced to take home ec. You have to do it for a year to graduate.
There's nothing wrong with home ec. That's where I learned to sew and cook.
Yeah, but we learned that second semester.
Oh.
Like cooking and sewing, we learned that second semester. We have to wait. Like until then, we get vocabulary and Darius.
But he has to wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning.
We're just gonna schedule an email.
And send an email. Well, I hope she doesn't watch this. He has to wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and send an email to his teacher to simulate being woke up like a baby.
2 to 4.
2 to 4.
I know, right?
So,
weird.
Anyway, the teacher apparently doesn't know you can schedule emails to be sent.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure the entire class, being 14 and 15 years old, though, they're probably aware.
Yeah.
So we're gonna sign off and get inside and get something to eat. Waiting on everybody else to get home, and then I guess we're going to Ray's cousins with her mom to eat a meal she's prepared. So that should be pretty good. But anyway, that's what we know. Everybody else is staying breezy, and
Pretty nice breeze today, actually.
it's a very nice breeze. We got a little rain a few seconds ago.
Really?
Yeah, just a smidge. But currently, Doug Hetty, that's our local weather guy, the trusty one. Doug Hetty says we're going to get 3 inches of rain in 36 hours. So that's a lot. That's a lot. So we'll see. But man, thanks for hanging out today. I don't mean to just end this video abruptly, but we got to get in there and take care of some stuff. And yeah.
You do your outros so much better than I do. I'm just like, bye guys.
But y'all stay tuned.
Back up.
And hey, back up. Get back. Everybody get back. You little dust muffins. But what's Dusty?
Dust muffin?
Dusty, man, you pet one, dude. Look.
Oh, thanks.
I know, it's like all over
That
you.
was so kind.
Yeah. Is your girlfriend's makeup right there? No. Oh, my bad.
Didn't even make sense.
Anyway, all right. With that said, y'all be good. Don't work too hard. Don't make it weird. We don't say stay anything here.
You don't?
We just say.
How do you have a does stuff channel and not say anything?
Because this isn't does stuff. I said it was Case does stuff. I was talking about you in the video.
So this isn't Chad does stuff?
No, this is DOS Farms. I'm closing out my DOS Farms video.
Okay, well.
So it's God bless deuces.
Yeah. I think you need like a stay something. You definitely need one.
Stay pretty.
Stay bearded.
Stay bearded.
That's a good one, dude.
That is a good
bearded.
one. We need a bearded shirt now, so stay bearded like you get your Stay Frosties.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys.
All right.